Welcome to Bourbon Blondes. I'm Amber. I'm Lori. Today we are going to make some hot toddies for you. With bourbon, of course. So I'm going to get started with an apple hot toddy. This is actually going to be really good with or without the bourbon. So I tried it without the bourbon and it'd be great for like kids on a cold sledding day, but it's extra special with the bourbon. So we're gonna get started. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna warm all of this stuff up on the stove for about 10 minutes. Just let it simmer, and then we're gonna top it with the bourbon. So that's how you can leave the bourbon out if you choose to. Makes it easy. So we're gonna start with 3 cups of apple cider. So this would be a great drink even in the fall. I can imagine trick-or-treating with the kids and having this. Yeah, absolutely. We have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. And we have a half a vanilla bean, the seeds from the half of a vanilla bean. You cut down the middle of it and you just scrape the seeds out with the back of your knife, and this is what comes off. I'm just gonna push that into my mixture here. And those you can find at your local grocery store, or do you have to go to a specialty?
Yep. Nope, I got that at my regular grocery store. They usually sell it in a little container with like 1 vanilla bean in there. And it's like 10 bucks. Just cut it in half, and this will make 2 hot toddies worth. So this recipe calls for a couple gratings of nutmeg. I didn't have any fresh nutmeg, so ground nutmeg is my choice this time. I'm just gonna give it a couple shakes of that. And about 2 inches of lemon zest. I'm gonna throw that in there. We're gonna put this on the stove and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Get it nice and warm and get all those flavors mingling together, and it'll be so warm and cozy. And then when it's done, let it sit for a little bit because it'll be a little too hot to drink at first. And then we're gonna top it with some whipped cream. I'll show you how great this looks. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this on the stove.
Sounds delicious, I can't wait.
All right, awesome.
So Lori, today I'm gonna make the traditional hot toddy. So this is the one that, you know, your grandma would say, oh, you have a cold, I'm gonna make you a hot toddy. And it's really interesting. This is going back to the 1800s to India, actually.
Really?
Where this started. And then doctors were prescribing this for illnesses, and then it kind of worked its way to Europe, and doctors were using it there. And then by the mid-19th century, it was all over the United States.
Oh, wow.
So
I know that.
I feel like I've heard that story, like, oh, you have a cold, you should have a little whiskey or a hot toddy. So that's what we're gonna make today. I feel like it's perfect for a Michigan winter and all the little flu bugs and different viruses.
Everybody's sick these days.
So if you're feeling a little sniffle, this is a great thing to make, or if you just want to get warmed up on a cold winter's day. So we are going to start with a cup of hot water. So I actually already put this in the microwave. It's 1 cup.
But not boiling?
It doesn't necessarily need to be boiling.
Okay.
So then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of honey.
That looks like a tablespoon.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Tablespoon. We want it nice and sweet.
Okay. And honey is really good for you. It actually has a lot of antiviral properties, especially if you buy raw honey, or even like really splurge and get Manuka honey. You could really ramp up the benefits of this hot toddy.
So this is a local honey from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We like to support any local company whenever we can.
Oh yeah, and local honey is actually really good for people who suffer from allergies. If you didn't know this, if you are an allergy sufferer and you start to take in local honey, it can really reduce your allergy symptoms.
So I chose a bullet bourbon, and the reason I chose this one is because it's higher proof. So this particular one is barrel strength, uncut, limited bottling. And what that means is it could be anywhere between 120 proof to 125 proof. And this ranges, it's a little bit more, but because it is a big part of this Hot Toddy, I think it's okay to splurge a little bit on the price. So this is about $60. And again, you can really use any bourbon that you like.
Does the higher proof affect the effectiveness of this?
I feel like if you're sick, if you're feeling a little sniffle coming on, a higher proof kind of knocks it out.
All right, that makes sense to me.
So we're gonna put 6 tablespoons of
Okay.
the bourbon.
And how many hot toddies is this gonna make?
2.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna stir that all together. And again, if it's not warm enough for you, you can put it on the stove top and warm it up. Definitely just pour it in a pan, of course, first and get it to the temperature that is good for you. And again, you don't need to be sick or anything to have this, to enjoy this. This can just be a nice cold day in Michigan or wherever you are and want to get warmed up. Or if you need to knock out some germs. And then we are going to stir it up too with a cinnamon stick. And then put some lemon as a garnish in there. There you are.
That's lovely. Thank you. I gotta say, that's a lot better than I was expecting. I thought it might taste a little medicinal or something, but
It tastes better than the average cough
oh
syrup.
heck yeah! If this is supposed to kick your cold out, then I will go for this every time. This is much tastier than NyQuil or Robitussin.
I could definitely drink this on a cold afternoon.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. It's just really well balanced. It's not too tart from the lemon. It's not too sweet from the honey. It's just perfect. It's not too strong, even though this is, so that's like some barrel strength bullet. It doesn't feel that way when you drink
It's very
it.
smooth.
It's delicious. I like this a lot. I'll make this at home. Heck yeah.
Cheers
Good
to
job.
knocking out a cold or illness coming on. I'll take this any day.
Oh yeah, bring it on, germs. We got you covered. All right, so here we're gonna make this apple hot toddy. It's so warming and comforting. You're gonna love it. I already simmered on the stove all the ingredients, and now we're gonna pour it into our cup. And it's really simple. All you have to do is decide whether you want to top it with a little bourbon and some whipped cream, or you can keep it kid-friendly and just top it with whipped cream, or leave it as is. This is the greatest drink for going out sledding with your kids, for the kids, for you, for whoever. So this is going to be delicious. So stay tuned. By way of a towel. And we're just gonna pour this in here and we're gonna top it with a little bit of whipped cream.
Such a pretty color.
Oh, it's delicious,
Nice and
trust me.
wintry fall. And then do we put the bourbon on and then the whipped cream, or whipped cream and bourbon? How does that
Bourbon
work?
first, and then whipped cream.
I think I'm going to take mine with just the bourbon. I'm not going to go with whipped cream.
Yeah? Okay. So I went with Michter's for this.
And why did you choose that bourbon?
It's a good quality bourbon. And you want to kick whatever germs you have going on. This is not just like a recreational drink. It could be, but you could also use it to kick your cold. So, you know, pick something good, whatever you like, really. Honestly, it's not particular.
What's the price point on Michter's?
I want to say this is about $45 a bottle. Probably depending on where you're at, but it's not terrible. It's a decent choice. So I like 2 ounces.
Well, especially to get warmed up in a Michigan winter, you need a little extra kick.
Oh, heck yeah. So I like a couple ounces of this.
Oh, and you got the whipped cream.
Yes, here we go. Can't do this without the, well, you can.
I'm gonna try without.
All right. I like it with the whipped cream. So here we go.
It does
bit.
look fancy.
It does. It does. It's delicious. I'm telling you.
All right.
Cheers. What do you think?
Oh, that is really surprising. The apple, it's so good.
It is good.
I like it a lot. I do feel like it's so universal, right? So going to the apple orchard if it's a little chilly, a hayride in the fall, trick-or-treating, and then into winter and Christmas. This is so universal.
And if you have a cold, this is way tastier than cold medicine.
If you like apple cider, you will love this.
No, it's delicious. Absolutely.
And does it get that sweet taste with the whipped cream?
Yeah, it just adds a little bit of, I don't know, indulgence. Add some indulgence.
We all need that now and again.
Heck yeah. So, if you want to indulge yourself a little warm bourbon drink this winter, this is the one for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, a woman always knows her limits,
but she also knows she has none.